middle right side already when we lay in, because it's very important. If we lay in the middle, we always want to steer to the right side, but when you steer to the right side, it's very hard to turn the nose into the curve 4. It's very important that you lay in middle to the right, so closer to the right wall, and on the right wall, in your feet, where the ball is ending, when the feet reach this point, you need to start to steer from that one. You don't need to wait when your shoulder is there, but when your feet is there, you need to start to steer in. And I already explained yesterday for other girls that if it's possible, you need to lift up the inner kufen, so it helps more turn the nose. I don't know how your sled is turning, but first of all, one more time, I will start with that I will tell the lines how I was sliding. And this is not 100% sure that you need to slide, that you need to take some ideas from what I will tell you. And this is just what I see, how I was sliding. Maybe it will help to you. So some ideas, not the 100% you need to drive like that. And from the wall where the wall is ended, I lift the kufen up, steer in, and you need to steer so long, then you feel that there is like, you drive with both steels and immediately hold the sled. You need to catch this feeling, you need a little bit more runs. I don't know, maybe your transition 4-5 is excellent and I don't need to explain it, but usually I was turning with the body, lifting the kufen with the body till the point when you feel that sled is on the ball. With the ball steels, it's like very fast, like, and immediately put the leg under the kufen, hold it and let it go. And we will go down when we wait for Anda, and I will explain in transition 4-5 that you don't need to afraid from the left wall. With the excellent entrance in the 4, you will be so close to the left wall, you don't need to afraid, because the gravity of the center of gravity will lift you to the away from this wall. You don't need to afraid from this wall. You don't need to start to panic and steer. Yeah, but very important to start lay in the middle, closer to the right side. When your feet is on the where the wall is ending, start to steering, lift up the inner kufen with the body rolling, 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 steer, and when your both steels are on the wall, hold it and let it go. The holding is not very long. Legs is closer to the wall, start to steer. We are steering till we feel that both steels are on the kufen. Immediately we hold and let the sled goes out. Feel that both steels are on the curve, and immediately we need to put the leg under the kufen, so we are not driving too early out. Otherwise we will go wave and we will drive one more time in curve 4. We are going out. Normally you will be down somewhere there. We will not going down here. We will already down from the curve somewhere there. We will be close to the left side. And entrance 5, we need to steer away from the entrance. If we are from left side, it's the best position what we can get. We need from the left and turn our nose middle, little bit later. That highest point for the curve 5 is on the end of the curve. I always was steering out and going with the bodies middle late. So, but it's like from there with a nice diagonal. The profile is very nice. I'm steering middle to the late. And what I didn't tell yesterday for the girls, I even tried a little bit hold the 5, so I point a little bit later on the end of the curve, and it drops me to the 6. Because I was thinking I was just steering and then go to the 6, but it was very important that also a little bit lift. Very small, it's like 1/10, it's like instinct, like, and then go to the 6. In hold, we are on the left side, we turn in the 5, middle, late. We put the leg on the kufen, that highest point is later in the 5th. If we need, we can small lift, so it's easier go to the 6, entrance 6, very early. And the biggest mistake that everyone wants to start to steer when you're touching the curve, but we need to wait till the pressure start. Only there, with the excellent entrance, we wait, where is the pressure, only there we start to steer in. In the middle I usually didn't do nothing, but entrance early, I sometimes even I know I'm not going too early, I help to go to early entrance and roll with the body, leg on the kufen, but I'm not steering, I'm preparing for the steering, but that's why I always put my leg on the kufen, that I already prepared. and I'm going in with the body only where the pressure starts. We can see the lines where the pressure starts. I start to steer. First pressure, I steer it in, let it go, and then somewhere from the middle I steer it in, let it go, and somewhere from the middle I already start to steer out together with the bottom there. For you, both from the middle we need to start not very hard, but with the pressure on the exit harder. So it's very important exit of the 6 that we make earlier exit of the 6 that we are going later to the 7. We don't need to go too early to 7, otherwise we will drive down too early and then too late to 8. We want to avoid that. That's why we steer in, let it go, and somewhere from here I already start to push the pressure of the Kufen until the end, steer out. So again, entrance 6, we need very early entrance. I don't know how your sled steers. Maybe you don't need to put very hard work to exit in the 6, but usually for me it was very hard steering out from the 6 that I am closer to the left or to the right side, and I am steering out that my entrance exit is sooner than I would like to do that, and the center of gravity want to pull me deeper in the 7th. And very important, tune your sled's nose parallel or already a little bit away from the 7. So early exit of the 6, turn your nose away from the 7, middle, late. I was like driving, put my legs on the coupe, and then the highest point is later on the 7. If you will too early, the highest points will be later, and they will not later, but the line will be worse. This will be not so good on the 8. Usually I'm going middle late, so the highest point is higher on the end, but I'm not letting the sled. I was steering out going to 7. I feel the sled is up and I let it go, and it's going early to 8. And sometimes even I steer a little bit to the 8. So I need that I have the tracks help me tune the sled in the 8. I'm steering early to 8. The profile is tuning my sled. I was hitting a little bit earlier, and I help on the exit steer out the 8. So the feeling is like steering out from 6, going with the bodies, rolling from the early entrance of the 7. We need the middle late entrance in the 7, going leg on the coupe, going out on the 8 to the 8. You need to see, we need early entrance to the 8. But one more time, maybe Tesla slides different, I don't know. This is how I was sliding, and I yesterday tried it. It works for me. So we will go forward to the transition 7 8. Too early to the 7, and tune your nose a little bit deeper, so the highest point is a little bit more on the end of the 7. Away from the 7, highest point a little bit more to the end of the curve 7. Early 8, leg on the kufen, help a little bit out, so we are not too early to the 9. We want to avoid going too early to the 9. That's why we want to drive a little bit earlier to the 8 and steer it out that we are not hitting to the 9 too early. If we don't hit too early to the 9, usually the 9 is very easy, and also transition 9 to 10 is easy. You don't need to even do nothing, you just can put your head back and the profiles will let you drive till the 10, 11 transition. So if we are very good 6, 7, 8, the rest till the curve 10, it's easy, just put your head back and you don't do nothing, just follow the track. So that's why we need early entrance, help a little bit tune out. We are not going too early to the 9, middle 9, going with the body, we are following the track, going to the 10, then 10 entrance, also not too early, not too late, middle early is okay. Again, we will go down, and I explained that on the 10, the highest point, again we need a little bit more after the middle. The later the highest point is this transition 11, 12 will be much easier. Early, middle, going with the bodies. Usually if the transition 6, 7, 8 is excellent, it's easy. Most important, exit 6. If you turn your nose away from the 7, then normally the profile should bring you to the 8. Just help a little bit go out. You need to feel. My sled for sure steers different than your Tesla sled, so you need to feel how much you need to steer. You need to understand and try the way, the lines, you know how you need to steer your sled, and I just tell my lines, maybe you need to steer different to get this length, okay? Transition 9 to 10. Normally if you are middle in the 9, you just follow with the body. Hopefully it's same for the Tesla, that it's easy to slide. So going to the 10, usually I drive with my body. I put the leg on the coupon, the left leg on the coupon, that my line on the start is following the curve and it's not driving up. That I'm trying to make my line a little bit longer, that the highest point is more on the exit of the 10, not on the exit but after the middle. We need the highest point after the middle, but we also need the height in the 10. So we cannot steer it low, we just want to try that highest point is later than usually. So we need the highest point, and it helps to make transition to the 11. And in the 11, usually we need to see where we are, but if the entrance is early, we already need to start to roll with the body. And what is very important in Sigulda for the doubles, exactly for the doubles, that already when I'm steering in, I'm preparing my right leg and I put it on the coupon, because there is big pressure, and for the doubles there is sometimes situation that you are going, you think it's nice entrance, but the coupon goes up. That's avoid from the situation. That's why I already put my leg on the coupon, that it's not possible to put my leg coupons up on the curve. That's why I always was going with the body, leg on the coupon, avoid from this situation, because this is for doubles most dangerous thing, that you are going with the body, coupon left free and this coupon goes up. That's why I put always the pressure on the coupon. And if we have excellent entrance, the biggest problem is that everyone wants to start to steer too early. We need to feel this situation. When the one steel is already, you feel, start the profile, and only somewhere there you need to wait like 2-3 meters with the excellent entrance, that we are steering later where the pressure starts. That's we avoid from the high line here. We will steer in the right place. The line will be much lower and we don't need to hold so much. And yep.
Here and then you steer like there when it's good, when it's early.
Yep.
Right?
Early entrance, but I already roll my body, because it's very important that your nose of the sled is parallel. It's not looking to the 11. It's bad. You are going out, your sled will be looking to the 11, but you need early and parallel. You need to make our nose straight and parallel to entrance 11. It's not here, it's somewhere. The steering is not very well. You are not waiting so much. It's like the feelings, like you're going in, leg is already on coupon, you start to feel that your sled is driving on the profile, and then you start to steer. And steering is very hard and long, and usually both athletes need to steer in. Not only the top man, also the bottom man need to help with steering in. Then the holding will be much easier. And on the exit again, both of the athletes need to steer it out, but it's again like in the curve 6 with the pressure harder, 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 and till the end. You need to feel it and hold till the somewhere there. And then with the exit you need to feel how it's going. Maybe you need to hold a little bit more longer, because I never watched the lines or something in Sigulda. I just drive with the feelings, because I was counting, I'm very close to the 10 or more thousand runs in this track. So I never watched for some times or something. I just with the feelings. I know all bad entrance I need to hold. It's going out, I steer out. You need more runs in Sigulda, more runs, but I want to try to help. So entrance, steering till the end. Ideal variant is that we are closer to the left side on the exit, and if you are stable, you know that your sled will go diagonal to the chrysler. Normally you don't want to be too close to the right side. Exit you want to be in the middle or closer to the left, and usually you are just driving excellent to the entrance to the 16, but if you are too close to the right side, you need to try to hold there and don't do nothing. Maybe if you are too close, little bit away, but when you are up on the hill, don't steer it away. You need to start to steer onto the chrysler, otherwise it will push you away. After the hill, the highest point, you need to start to hold to the 16, because when you will be up on the hill, you start to push away from the 16. It's very important. The diagonal is the best. If you are too close to the right, you are doing nothing, but when you are on the hill, on the highest point, you need to start to hold the left leg to the cradle, otherwise it will push you away. But usually till the uphill you don't need to steer. Normally you don't steer nothing if the exit is okay. The diagonal usually brings you to the cradle. Only before the uphill you just manage which direction you need to do, and it should be okay. And then we will go to the cradle. Again, exit 15 middle or closer to the left, and then the nice diagonal to the cradle. Cradle early. Again, don't steer too early. You need to put the leg on. You're going with the body. You feel the pressure. You start to steer. I don't know. Anyone is holding the cradle? No one is holding the cradle. So steer in, and the third pressure you need to steer out. But if you feel it's very hard to steer out the cradle, and you're always hitting in the left wall, it's possible before the last steering out, you just lift a little bit the sled up, and then steer it out. It will be much easier, and for sure you will not lose more than 1 and 200. It's maximum. It's maximum, but it will be much easier exiting the cradle. Just steer in, steer second, little lift before the third steer out, and then steer out. And then you know you will be in the middle. Usually everyone don't want to hold, they think they lose a lot of time, but it's not so dramatic time of lose of time. So if you don't want to hit out of the 16, it's option also. In the competitions, if you don't want to hold it, you can steer it out without the holding, but in the trainings it's, I think, okay, that before the last steering out, small lift up, and not very hard, but small lift up and steer out, and it will be much easier.
Speed 120.6.
Ja, shit, I'm not gonna.
Yep. We are not doing like this, yes?
Alexander,
Okay.
start time.
Hopefully this helps what I told you. One more time I want to remind, this is not how you need to drive. This is how I was sliding. This is the point of view what I was seeing in the track, how I was steering. So if you have questions, you can always come and ask, not only for the Sigulda, also for the different tracks. If anyone wants to ask opinion, for sure your coaches are the smartest. They know everything, but if you want, I can always help.